During the Future of Digital Healthcare session, we had diverse discussions. Digital healthcare may be an unfamiliar topic for some, a familiar topic for others, and I would like to introduce a startup that has a service to kind of strengthen your mind. This is a special session prepared by the forum's organizer, Korea Startup Forum. Now, during the session, we'll introduce technologies and business models of startups that lead to changes in digital economy through innovative technologies. Our first startup is and also we have startups in four areas: healthcare, my data, and metaverse. As the digital world continues to expand, people are more conscious about their mind health. Now, we have CEO Jungeun of Mavo, a mindful meditation app service that can strengthen the muscles of your mind.
명상의
Good afternoon. My name is Yu Jungeun from Mabo. So Mabo is Korea's first mindfulness meditation. This concept might be unfamiliar to many of you, but this is actually quite popular across the world. We have Calm and Headspace in the States, which made into the unicorn companies. And we also have Apple and Samsung's Galaxy phones, which also provide mindfulness services for users to easily access this service and meditate. And in Europe, we also have some movements where schools are adopting this kind of meditation services. And we've been seeing some conferences on mindfulness meditation in the States. And for instance, we had a CEO of a mindful meditation provider, which talked about the benefits of the mental health from mindfulness. And COVID-19 has accelerated different changes in our everyday life. And COVID-19 has had a great impact on our life. So this is a data from Euromonitor, a research center. And this is a question from a survey that the company asked to many people. So the question was, what is your definition of healthy? And for the first time ever, mental health topped the answers. This means that in the age of COVID-19, people care more about their mental health over their physical health. And this is the first time ever that we are seeing such shift. And for the past 1 year, well, this is a very gloomy data. We see that the share of depression risk group due to prolonged COVID-19 increased more than 6 times compared to 2018. So it's not just, we can't just single out COVID-19. So we had many different symptoms and many different groups that suffered from depression, and COVID-19 sort of accelerated that trend. Now, mental health and mental health care is receiving and garnering much attention on the global stage. And we are seeing the rise of contact-free services. For instance, we have Headspace in the US, and it's about to receive FDA approval for one of its services for mental health. Now, this is another data that comes from the same company, Euromonitor International Research. Now, as you can see here, the rising interest in mental health has put the global meditation app market size at 7.2 trillion won in 2027. And this is a huge rise from 2016. Now, against this backdrop, Mabo was first created back in 2016. At that time, not many people knew that they could meditate using an application. And these were some of the pain points that I wanted to address with the launch of Mabo. So a lot of people were interested in meditation, but they were afraid that meditation was actually involved with a specific false religion. Or sometimes they would download many apps, but it was all in English, so they could not meditate because of the language barrier. And they wanted to experience meditation that worked, but the previous ones didn't really work. So Mabo helps users meditate anytime, anywhere. So it starts from the beginning, and it helps you walk through all the different steps of meditation depending on your mood and your circumstances. So you don't need to go to a specific location, to the woods or somewhere quiet for retreat for meditation. Sometimes when you're upset, when you're angry or depressed or frustrated, you can actually just log into the app and meditate. And Mabo also provides a service that helps people look inside themselves and share those pains and emotions with others. So we have created a community for the users. So Mabo hasn't really conducted any marketing strategies over the past 5 years. So this is just organic growth. That was triggered by word of mouth of the users. So as you can see here, the accumulated download is 380,000, and the accumulated number of subscribers is 220,000. And we have about 1/3 of the subscribers who retain their subscription for over a year. And Mabo has garnered a lot of attention from the media as well. Well, this is no surprise because, as I said, this is the first ever mindfulness meditation in Korea. And in 2016, when we launched this service, we then developed the service even further, and we made an official launch back in 2018. But then, it really received much attention last year and this year because of the pandemic. So Mabo does not just run its business on its own. It collaborates with other different companies as well because it's a one-source multi-use content. So sometimes companies would buy bundle subscriptions from Mabo, and sometimes we have different types of populations that would ask for different types of subscription memberships. And we work with Kakao or SK Telecom to provide different services. So this is what makes our job proud. What we are proud of these comments. So there was one firefighter who had trouble sleeping, but then recovered after taking our meditation lessons. And there was a person who said that she recently reduced her antidepressant medication, and there was one who suffered from panic disorder, but then was able to fly for the first time ever to Jeju Island thanks to Mabo. So on the left, you see the effects of Mabo on symptom relief of outpatients with panic disorder. So that was a paper that we published with the Ilsan Hospital. And on the right, you can see the history of our different types of membership and subscription models. Now, the digital healthcare market and digital mental market is still in its infancy, so we can't really make predictions about how the future will look like. And this is quite challenging because, as I said, this is the first of its kind. So we don't have other meditation apps like Mabo in Korea, but one thing is clear. We have a strong need in the market, and the need is growing, and digital healthcare will accelerate and grow even further, driven by COVID-19, and it will not be an alternative to the conventional healthcare, but it will stand on its own going forward. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for the presentation. So, we talked about digital healthcare, and I think that Mabo is very much pertinent to what we just discussed with digital healthcare. We have different types of digital healthcare services provided to the users, and we hear a lot about people suffering from depression as well other types of illness. And of course, digital economy has its pros and cons, but I think that today's forum will serve as a great opportunity to learn the dark sides as well as the bright sides of the economy.